Hi guys, my name is Jennifer Northrup. Christina had asked me to do a little bit of a video for you explaining how coaching has benefited my life and my family's life. Um, First, I'd like to give you a little bit of a background of myself. I'm a six-star diamond Beachbody coach. I am coming up on my 4-year anniversary this July. And coaching came into my life at a time that I was a new mom of two. I had just had my son, um, and I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband is a golf professional, which means that we travel every 6 months. So we would actually live 7 months in New York and 5 months in Florida. And it was fun, and it was, it was a lot of people, it sounds really glamorous, but after you have kids, say hi. After you have kids, it becomes really, really hard to find routine and a schedule, and you just kind of crave for that home environment. So I had two babies. I was a stay-at-home mom. I made a little cheat sheet. My husband worked all the time, so social media had become a huge part of my life. I was a bartender before I had found out that I was pregnant, and you're really screwing this video up. Stop it. So this is my son. He was a baby when I started. So social media had become a huge part of my life because I would scroll through Facebook and live vicariously through my old friends. They were my party friends, and we would have fun, and I was the first one to have kids, and I had kind of lost any sense of self after I had kids, and that sounds crazy and selfish because, of course, my kids filled my life with purpose, but I really didn't have anything going for myself. So one day, on my mindless scrolling, something caught my eye about an accountability group online, and I would be able to work out, get back in shape, all from home, and join this challenge group, and not have to worry about finding a babysitter to go to the gym, or I could work out at nap time. The workouts were 35 minutes, and I said, you know what, something just had clicked. I said, that's something that I'm really interested in, and I think I could do that. The girl who had posted about the accountability group had a story very similar to my own. She came from a broken home with an alcoholic mother. She had moved out at a young age. She got pregnant at a young age, and she was a bartender before coaching. And something just resonated with me that I had really just found this thing, and I didn't exactly know what it was going to turn into, but I knew that if she could do it, that I could too, and it really gave me hope. So I joined our challenge group. Stop. And by day 75, I was in the best shape of my life. I was in better shape than I was before I had kids. I was toned. I just had this overwhelming sense of purpose. I would wake up every morning more energized. I would work out at nap time. I would do the laundry. I was a better wife. I was happy. I was confident. And I was immediately welcomed into this supportive environment. And that's what really I wasn't expecting. I had a group of women behind my back during this challenge group, and if any of you have partook in a challenge group, I hope that you had the same experience, and that it was very inspirational and motivating and gave you just a sense of purpose. So a lot of my friends had started to notice, and it wasn't so much of the physical appearance. It was more of the confidence and the things that was going on mentally more than anything. And sorry, I just wanted to see this. Why not me? Best shape of my life. So right from there, when my friends started to notice, they would ask, hey girl, what are you doing? You look awesome. You seem happy, and all the stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm doing Chalene Extreme, and I'm drinking this Shakeology every day. And at that point, I didn't even like Shakeology because I was like, this is gross. It took me a solid 6 months. I would give it to my husband and be like, this is gross. It took me 6 months to try to figure out a recipe that I liked. Now, 5 years later, I do not miss a day. I double up more than I don't. So I set a goal for myself. I was a stay-at-home mom, and if any of you are stay-at-home moms, maybe you know the feeling, and it's kind of I don't want to call it an allowance, but you don't feel like you're contributing. And that's how I felt, at least. I've always been independent. As a bartender, I always had cash on hand. I've worked since the time I was a child. So not being able to contribute financially was a huge void in my life. So as soon as I started my first challenge group, I had a goal to earn $500 a month, just this way that I could cover groceries and do something for me and my family, and I can contribute. And that took me about a solid year. I was a really, like, salesy, slimy coach when I signed up. I wasn't really pouring value into anybody's lives. I was, promoting about the sales and, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy that. And no, I was not leading with passion at all. But I did. I tweaked things. I failed forward. I learned from my own mistakes. I learned from others' mistakes. And it worked out because 4 years later, I am now earning a 6-figure income. I work from home. I work when I can, when I want. I travel. We travel a lot. When I first signed up as a coach, I made it a commitment to go to my first coach summit in Las Vegas. And I think it was probably then that I realized that no one is looking at me as a leader because I'm not treating my business like a business owner. And then, wouldn't you know it, as soon as I started to view myself as a leader, I began attracting other leaders. And I did that through personal development, through practice. You get better as you go. So if you are considering this business, which you obviously are if you're in this group, know that you don't need to know it all to get started. You don't need to be perfect. You do not need to be at your goal body. I think it's more inspiring if you're not, because you could actually invite someone to join your journey with you, hand in hand. I'm sorry, I'm just reading this just to make sure that I'm getting everything. But those are my big successes. My big successes are, it's financial gain, but my son is strep throat today, and I didn't have to take off a day. It's Wednesday, and, I didn't have to call into work and say, hey, my son's sick, he can't go to daycare. No, we're just home doing our thing. We're hanging out outside. That's a huge success to me. That is something that, as a stay-at-home mom, I was still able to do, but I was also able to contribute. In 2015, I hit a rank called the Elite rank, and it's great, but the best part about being an elite coach is that means that my team has succeeded and that my team is thriving and that they are reaching their goals. That means that my challenge groups are thriving, that my challengers are reaching their health and fitness goals. Being an elite coach is something you cannot do by yourself. You need your team, you need your challengers, you need trust in the business and in yourself. So that was definitely a humbling title to carry along, because you know that one little change that you made in your life has inspired others to move forward with something that they are now very passionate about and succeeding as well. The biggest small success, I can go on for days about what it's done for me now within these 4 years, but I'll never forget that time that I reached that $500 a month goal. That was the first time I had ever been like, oh my God, I just reached a goal that I set for myself. I had never really had much direction in life. I didn't go to college. I was a bartender, like I said, and I went from being a bartender to a stay-at-home mom, and that was a really big jump for me. So this has really filled a void in my life, and I know that coaching does not play favorites. So all you need is a heart and to care about somebody else and to, dig deep and figure out why you're doing this. I'm sorry, this video is running a little bit longer than I hoped. But another example is that as soon as I had gotten started, my coach told me that treat this business like college degree. Give yourself 4 years, and if you work it for 4 years, learning the ins and outs of your business, you'll come out of it earning more than a doctor, if not more, with absolutely no debt to speak of. I hope that if you hear a little voice in your head saying, wow, maybe I can do that, I hope you know that you can do this, because it does not take anyone special. Those are your insecurities letting you know that, if you hear that little voice in your head saying you can't do it, just know that you can, and if you actually take this thing, it can absolutely change your life. And and your family's life. Use Beachbody as the vehicle to your dream life. I mean, we have big plans. I plan on retiring my husband in the next few years. We're getting ready to build our dream house, and it's things like this that I don't think I could have even imagined this life for myself. And to know that I, said yes to an opportunity that was ahead of me, and it changed everything. I mean, there's nothing better. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I'd love to chat with anyone if they had any more questions. I tried to keep it short, but that's hard for me. And good luck. Hope to see you on our team soon.